The Better Kenmore CDC is hosting Kenmore First Friday on Kenmore Boulevard the first Fridays in June, July, August, and September. Josh Gippin, Executive Director of Better Kenmore CDC, gives us insight of why this is so important to the community.
Better Kenmore CDC, that stands for Community Development Corporation, and our mission is to improve the quality of life here in Kenmore by improving the built environment here in this gorgeous hidden gem, which is Kenmore's Boulevard Historic District. We do that in a number of ways. We work in the public space, and we're going to be moving through the public space today through signage and wayfinding and beautification and public art and all those things to do with public space. We also acquire and renovate buildings here on the boulevard. These are all buildings contributing to the Historic District, which is on the National Register of Historic Places. So these buildings are very important. We don't want to see them demolished.
The Kenmore First Friday has been successful in welcoming in people from all over Akron to the hidden gem that is Kenmore Boulevard.
First Fridays are, I want to say, one of the best parties around Akron. For us, we feel like nobody really knows about Kenmore or knows about this place. We feel like it's kind of hidden, and we don't need it. We don't want it to be hidden. This is a wonderful part of town, and that's why we're inviting everybody over.
The whole event will be family-friendly and very community-oriented.
This year, since we found out last year that they're going to be building a new elementary and middle school just one block north of us, we are making it a lot more family-friendly this year. And so we're really inviting, it's not just an adult crowd, it's for the whole family. And so we're going to have an awesome kid zone. We're going to have vendors up and down the street. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have a party that runs from 6 to 9, and then an after party at the Rialto Theater in Buzzbin. So it's just a really great time, and I feel like it's a chance for people to come together.
Kenmore Comics, a staple of the neighborhood, will also have a stage with performances from local artists.
We have more great performances here. We have the main stage down there, and then down here at the other end, we have more performances. And between there and here, we have tons of food trucks and vendors, so we're really trying to get the flow all the way up and down the boulevard. That's why we put performances all the way at either end.
The Rialto Theater has partnered with First Fridays, providing live shows for the after-party post-First Fridays on the boulevard. During First Fridays, there will be live performances in front of the Rialto.
Yeah, so the party goes from 6 to 9 p.m. on the street, but then there's the after-party. So each First Friday, we have our nightcaps at the Rialto. Also, Buzzbin is going to have an after-party as well, and during First Fridays in front of the Rialto, we have bands playing as well. So the Rialto is definitely a place to be during First Fridays.
The Buzzbin Courtyard will host all of the main stage shows, as well as serve beer and drinks out of the painted shipping container.
This is the Buzzbin Courtyard. This is our main stage. This is where our opening act and our headliner will be. It's also where our beer garden will be. So their liquor license extends outside all the way into the courtyard. That painted shipping container over there is going to be where they serve beer at least, and they may even have a full bar. We're so happy that they can be such an integral part of First Fridays, and hopefully you can come out and help support them as well.
Each First Friday will have a different theme.
So in June, it's going to be the Great Grassman Gathering. The Kenmore Grassman is like a Sasquatch, so that's kind of fun. And then in July, we have the K-Town Jam. That's a focus on the Kenmore music scene. In August, it's called Rubber City Rumpus, and that's a focus on Akron's, the art scene in Akron. And then in September, it's the Fur Baby Boulevard Bash, which is a celebration of our pets and other animals. I think the zoo is going to bring some animals too. So that's going to be all up and down the boulevard, but also especially in the kids zone, and a lot of kids and family activities around those different themes.
The Kenmore Library will be hosting the Kids Zone in their parking lot.
Well, we've had Kids Zone over the years, but this year it is going to be much bigger and much better. As you may have heard, they're going to be building a brand new Pfeiffer Elementary and a brand new Miller South 4th through 8th Visual and Performing Arts School, just one block above the boulevard. In fact, the passageway from the school comes right to the library. So this is really a key location, and it's going to be so much fun. So our Kenmore Cardinal mascot comes out, but we're just going to have each month, as I mentioned, there's a different theme, and there's going to be all kinds of fun activities, and just, I don't even know where to start. I mean, there are going to be like so many different types of activities happening in the Kids Zone each month. So if you come to First Friday in June and then you come back in July, it will be totally different.
They also have a quiet sensory room for anyone who needs a break from the noise.
First Fridays can be really loud and really wild and crazy. So if for families that want to get away from the noise, they can go inside the library. It's going to be a quiet space, an accessible space. They're going to have sensory activities, free food and drinks. So that's a really nice feature that we're glad that we can add this year.
The Better Kenmore CDC invites you to come down and experience all that Kenmore Boulevard has to offer, especially during First Fridays.
If you are from Akron, you live in Akron, and you have never been to Kenmore Boulevard, to the historic district, you have got to get down here. I mean, you can't say that you live in Akron and have never been to Kenmore Boulevard. If you've been to Kenmore Boulevard, I would say you definitely want to come for First Fridays. And don't just come for one, because each and every one of our 4 First Fridays is totally different and totally awesome in its own way. So don't miss any single one. And if you want more information about First Fridays, please visit betterkenmore.org and click on our events tab.
The Better Kenmore CDC exists to bring life and community to the Boulevard here in Kenmore, and we are so thrilled that they are going to be having Kenmore First Fridays all summer long, June, July, August, and September. Make sure you stop down to Kenmore Boulevard one of those Fridays, all of those Fridays, and see all that Kenmore has to offer. I'm Sarah White reporting with WAOH TV.